Rich people are great at saving money. They're so good at it, in fact, that they save an average of 20% of their income, which is 10 times more than the average American. But why? Why do rich people save so much money and keep growing their wealth? Well, after studying the habits of the ultra-rich for over a decade, here are the top 5 ways rich people save money and why you don't. Starting with no. 1. The easiest thing that you can do right now to start saving more money. One of my favorite quotes comes from the legendary Warren Buffett, who said, "Every weekend they're going out. They're buying rounds of drinks for everyone. They're buying the most expensive bottle of wine on the menu, trying to impress people." I know we already talked about setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account, but this is a whole nother level. Poor people think of saving money as something that they have to do, something that's painful, something that they don't want to do. They also understand that the easiest way to do that is by keeping track of your spending. There are 2 ways that rich people keep track of their spending. The first way is by using cash. When you use cash, you can physically see your money disappearing, which makes you think twice before you spend it. The second way is by using credit cards. Credit cards allow you to track your spending very easily, and you can earn points or miles that you can redeem later on. Either way, you want to be tracking your spending because that way, you can make sure that you're staying on track and that you're not spending more money than you make. But rich people see it the exact opposite. They understand that saving money is a game, it's a challenge, and they want to win it. In fact, if you look at some of the richest people in the world, they were once known for being the best at saving money. For example, Warren Buffett was known for being one of the best at saving money in the world. He's worth billions of dollars today because he saved money yesterday. Same thing with Bill Gates. He didn't drop out of college and become a billionaire overnight. He spent years saving money so that he could start Microsoft. The same thing applies to you. If you want to be rich someday, you have to start thinking of saving money as a game. You have to enjoy it. You have to find pleasure in it. And the way that you do that is by rewarding yourself. Rich people go ahead and automate their savings all the way to the point where they don't even think about it. For example, if you invest in index funds, most brokers allow you to set up automatic buys. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The best way to double your money is to fold it and put it in your pocket. Rich people understand this, and they save as much money as they possibly can. I understand that saving money is the best way to grow your wealth, and that investing is simply a way to multiply your money. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He currently has around $100 million in cash because he knows that saving money is important. He also understands that eventually he's going to need that money for a rainy day. The same thing applies to you. No matter how much money you have, you always want to keep some cash on hand. This will help you save money because you won't be tempted to invest in risky ventures. It will also help you in case of emergencies. Emergencies always arise when you least expect them. And if you have no money saved up, you will be forced to borrow money from family members or friends, or you will have to take out loans. Both of those options are not ideal, but sometimes they're necessary. That's why rich people always keep a certain amount of cash on hand. They've built up so much wealth because they've been saving money for decades. You can do the same thing. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Just remember, every dollar you save is one step closer to financial freedom. This means that every week or every month, depending on how you set it up, a certain amount of money will leave your bank account and go straight into your investments. This is great because it allows you to take advantage of dollar cost averaging, which is the idea that you want to invest a certain amount of money consistently over time. The reason why this works so well is because you're not relying on timing the market. If you tried to time the market, you'd be a millionaire. Everyone would be a millionaire. It's impossible to time the market. So instead, rich people use this strategy to make sure that they're investing consistently over time, regardless of what the market is doing. And they might be really good at their job, so they're making good money. But come Monday morning, they realize they spent all of their money over the weekend, and now they cut and pay their rent, and they re-scrambling to try to figure out where they re-gone. Get the rest of their money from. Now, this is not to say that you can never spend money on things that make you feel good, or that you should enjoy your life. Of course not. You should do that. However, rich people understand that there is a time and place for everything. And when it comes to saving money, you always want to put that first. For example, let's say you're hanging out with friends and they want to go out and buy a bunch of drinks. Poor person would think, wow, this is my chance to impress these people. I'm gonna Buy the most expensive bottle of liquor, and I'm gone nah. Buy everyone drinks and I'm gone nah. Show them how generous I am. But rich people understand that there is a time and a place for everything. So even though they might be able to afford to buy the most expensive bottle of alcohol, they know that this is not the time. So instead, they will choose to save that money, and maybe later down the line when it is appropriate, they'll go ahead and spend money on things that make them feel good. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. So first things first, before we dive into anything else, if you have not already done this, I want you to go ahead right now and set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. You want to make sure you're doing this every single paycheck. The reason why is because when you get paid, most people immediately start spending money. They pay their bills, they buy stuff they don't need, and then whatever is left over at the end of the month, they consider saving. But by the time they get to that point, most people have nothing left to save. Instead, what rich people do, according to the data, is that they actually reverse this process. Rich people save money first, and then they figure out how to live off of what's left. For example, let's say you get paid $3,000 a month. Most people would say, hey, I can afford to save $500 this month, and then they would go ahead and transfer $500 to their savings account, and then they would try to make the rest of their money last until the next paycheck. But rich people would actually do the opposite. They would save $500 automatically right off the bat. Then they would go ahead no. 2. Stop spending money on things that make you feel good. We all know someone like this. No. 3. Automate your savings. No. For understand the psychology of saving money. Number 5. Never spend more than you make. Rich people understand that the only way to get ahead is by spending less money than you make. If you made it this far, you're probably curious about the 6th tip, which is a special bonus tip. So here it is.